Welcome to Little Lovers channel. Today let's discuss about ancient writers Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides and Socrates. These are the four persons regarding the ancient literature we are going to discuss today. So first is Aeschylus. He was an ancient Greek tragedian. Has span between 523 to 456 BC, and he is also the first whose plays still survive. The others such are Sophocles and Euripides. He is often described as the father of tragedy. Keep in mind, this is very important. He is often described as the father of tragedy. According to Aristotle, he expanded the number of characters in the plays to allow conflict among them, whereas characters previously had interacted along with the course. Only 7 of his estimated 70 to 90 plays survived till now. And regarding one of his plays, that is Prometheus Bound, someone believes that it was written by his own son, Euphorion, his son, Aeschylus' son. So he was probably the first dramatist to present plays as a trilogy. His ORESTEIA is only ancient example of his form that survives till now. The Persians is the only surviving classical Greek tragedy concerned with contemporary events and a useful source of information about its period. ORESTEIA is claimed by today's literary academics. The inscriptions of his graveyard signifies the primary importance of belonging to the city. His only 7 tragedies are survived intact are the Persians, 7 against Thebes, the Suppliants, ORESTEIA trilogy. It's a trilogy. ORESTEIA is a trilogy. So Prometheus Bound, ORESTEIA, it's a trilogy. It means it consists of 3 tragedies. Agamemnon, the Libatian Barriers, and the Eumenides. This trilogy tells the bloody story of the family. Bloody story. Bloody. It means a tragedy of the family. Agamemnon, King Agros. Aristotle claimed that Aeschylus added the second actor to the Greek stage. These are some of the brief example of informations about Aeschylus. Next is Sophocles. His time period is between 497 to 406 BC. He is one of the Greek tragedian whose plays are survived till now, and 123 plays are survived during the course of his life, but only 7 have survived in complete form. That is Ajax, Antigone, the women of tragedies, or Oedipus the king, Electra, Philoctetes, and Oedipus at Colonus. The most famous tragedy of Sophocles featured Oedipus. Oedipus means swollen foot. You might have heard that Oedipus Rex. So other name, he is not one. Is one of the author. Oedipus the king is the one. Okay, and also the Antigone. They are generally known as the Theban play. Although each play was actually a part of a different tetralogy, the other members of which are now lost. He also developed his characters to a great extent than earlier playwrights such as Aeschylus. Only 2 of 7 surviving plays can be dated surely, that is Philoctetes, that is 409, and Oedipus at Colonus, 401 BC. So, Oedipus the Rex is written by Sophocles itself. So, next let's go to the next one. This is a brief introduction of Sophocles in ancient literature. And Theban plays, adding to that, this Oedipus the king, that is Oedipus the Rex, it's also called as Oedipus Tyrannus. So, Oedipus at Colonus and Antigone. These all 3 plays are concerned with the fate of Thebes during and after the reign of King Oedipus. According to Aristotle, Sophocles is responsible for introducing the third actor to Greek stage, that is, tritagonist. So, tritagonist is introduced by this Sophocles. This is according to Aristotle. So, next is Euripides. Let's see the introduction, brief introductions and the informations regarding him. 480 to 406 BC. Euripides was a tragedian of classical Athens. According to Suda, out of 92 plays of him, 18 to 19 have survived more or less complete. In the Hellenistic period, he became cornerstone of ancient literary education along with Homer. Demosthenes and Menander is also become the most tragic of poets. So his notable works are like this: Aeschylus, Medea, Heraclides, the Beckett, the Trojan woman, Helen, Hecuba, Electra, Heracles, Phoenician woman, ORESTEIA. So these are some of the important works of Euripides. So next is Socrates. Socrates was a classical Greek philosopher. His period between 470 to 399 BC. So he is credited as one of the founders of Western philosophy. His enigmatic figure chiefly is known through the accounts of classical writers, especially the writings of his students Plato and Xenophon, and his plays of his contemporary is Aristophanes, and he has become renowned as a contribution to the field of ethics, and it is Platonic Socrates who lends his name to the concept of Socratic irony and Socratic method. So he is becoming famous for this, and Socrates also made important and lasting contributions of the field of epistemology, and he never individually wrote anything remains extant. As a result, all first-hand information about him and his philosophies depends upon secondary sources. So this issue is known as Socratic Problem or Socratic Question. So you might get a question: what is meant by Socratic Problem and Socratic Question? So this is the answer. To understand Socrates, one must turn primarily to the works of Plato, whose dialogues are thought the most informative source about Socrates' life and philosophy, and also Xenophon. So he was prominently lumped in Aristophanes' comedy The Clouds. In comedy entitled The Clouds, ancient Greek author Aristophanes pokes fun at Socrates. So these are the important information regarding these four